you guys will find out, this is probably one of the only times I get alone. I'm sure a lot of other Americans, but on mine it's just a special case because, you know, for those of us that have somebody that's medically ill or has mental illness, it's like your day doesn't stop. You go from one job right into another job. You go from whatever you do at your job to caregiver or psychiatrist or therapist or negotiator or whatever the hell you want to call it. So today I got a little bit of a gripe. I don't know about you guys, but I know that everybody does not have health insurance. I get that. I also know that not everybody can even afford Obamacare, because what a complete asinine joke that is. Now, I will say I agree. We need to figure out a way to have health care for everybody. You won't hear me argue. But paying what some people have to pay is just ridiculous. But so today, my spouse has my health care and Medicare A and B. About 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago now, it's been a long time, figured out that medical billing companies just can't seem to get their head out of their ass. They can't figure out if it's, you know, who's primary, who's secondary. You know, you constantly get letters, you know, can you please let us know if the other person has insurance? Yes, you dumbass, I sent you that last month. Yes, they have other insurance. You know, they can never get it straight. And I would always get bills for, you know, $200 here, $50 there, $100 there. I've had billing companies or agencies or departments tell me, you know, oh, well, you know, you just have to pay that now because the bill's been too long and we can't bill your insurance. Well, I'm sorry, that's not my fault. And it's not my fault you got your head up your ass. And no, I'm not going to pay the bill. So I learned a long time ago, I just don't give them my social. So if you guys want a little tidbit, don't give them your social. Especially if you got somebody that's got medical and mental and all that. They'll tell you you have to. I'll tell you it's bullshit. And also, if you ever ask and send me a message, I can point you in the direction that the law backs you up. You don't have to. So I got today, my spouse, I don't know about you guys. Everybody, you know, has a trigger. If you have anybody with mental illness, you know, there's always a trigger, right? So she's had her kidney transplant since 2007 and had it at Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. And, you know, there's always, so today or yesterday, one of her doctors called and said that they wanted to do a biopsy on her kidney, which I think I mentioned in a previous video. She didn't hear from them, so she finally called them, got a hold of a desk person, wasn't happy about that. And let's just, to say the least, she got pretty spun up. Called me at work when I was in a meeting and said, look, I'm trying to figure something out. I think someone left a voicemail at home. She doesn't know I checked the voicemail. So I said, okay, I'll check it in 5 minutes. I'll get back to you. Sends me a message after that. You're an asshole. Just put me in a home. So that's how that went. So the real question is, you know, how those of us that take care of people that have mental illness or medical complications, you know, how do we deal? How do we cope? You know, and you know, I used to turn to the bottle. I drank way too much, and it was kind of an escape. And I'll admit, even doing this is a way to escape. You know, I feel like I can talk to somebody else. Everybody has an outlet, or there's got to be an outlet for everybody. I don't get out much. I've got a drone recently. You guys will see that pretty soon. There's another story to that, because that went in the ocean, so I'm getting a replacement. I never walk in the door and have like a dull moment. I mean, there's literally something going on every single day. I don't know if it's just my family or if that's just what families are like. You know, I honestly wonder that. I wonder, you know, if families get to come home and relax and have the table and 4 little people sit down, and it's just this, everything's great. Let me open the mail while I get ready to eat dinner. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but no, she was pretty upset and pretty emotional. So I would not be surprised if that's what I walk into today. But enough about me. I did print off the explanation of benefits, scanned them in for 2016. About that thick, not kidding you. And every one of them said money was owed. Not kidding. It was like $40,000 worth of medical bills. Now, mind you, that ain't the full amount, because I'm sure if I added what they really paid, it was probably in the millions. But, you know, it's like you jackasses. If you just bill right, you'd find out there would be no payment due. But whatever. It's almost pathetic. We got primary insurance, secondary insurance. I almost need like an insurance for the insurance, you know, like somebody to tell the insurance companies what the hell to do and how to do it right. That's what it seems like sometimes. But, you know, I don't have time to run up on all this and say, hey, dumbass, you didn't bill this properly and you coded it wrong, and, you know, you need to resubmit to this one and submit. I don't have time for that. I really don't. You know, and then we all wonder why our insurance is so high. If you got insurance, you got good insurance, they'll take care of you. Man, they run you in like you're at the frickin' Hilton, right in the door. But I've seen what happens when I'm there to those that don't have good insurance, don't have good type whatever. Man, I swear to God, they treat you like you rolled up on the Roach Motel and you're asking for a room, and they treat you that way. The mental health, my other rant of the day, you know, I have good insurance for my spouse, and it's almost impossible to find good care for her with insurance. So what's crazy is if somebody that has good insurance, such as myself for Dawn, has trouble finding therapists and psychiatrists and getting her an appointment and get her in and doing those things, what is it like for someone that doesn't have any care? I mean, for crying out loud, mental health is probably more of an epidemic and more of a problem than anything else, and it's like this stigma that America doesn't want to face, and it bothers me. I mean, yeah, I'm a veteran, and the VA does address mental health. They go after it pretty aggressively, and civilians know that veterans have mental health care, and there's problems there, and PTSD, and all the other issues that come with it. But for some reason, the rest of the frickin' population gets overlooked. You know, they fail to realize that, yeah, okay, a military man, he'll go off to war and he'll go and, you know, fight, and he gets PTSD because he saw God knows what. Well, I do know what, because he saw a bunch of stuff over there. And then, but they dismiss as a society, we dismiss as a society the people that sexual assault, sexual abuse, maybe you saw a murder or whatever. Those people here in America that maybe weren't in the military but saw a traumatic event and now have PTSD or God knows what. And I don't know about you guys, but I've seen my spouse, it's treated like I don't know. It's almost like it's not seen, so therefore it doesn't exist. I still think, I really do, that there's still many in the community, especially those that aren't doctors and in the medical field, you know, that don't believe that mental illness is a real thing. I mean, for the longest time, my family, there are family members within my own family that discounted and did not give enough weight and credit to the severity of what mental health is and what it really can be. I'd try to explain it. Here's what's going on. It's crazy, blah, blah, blah. And they'd look at me like deer in the headlights. They'd be like, what? I'm about to be home, and I'll have to put it on for, see what we're going to experience with my wife today. And I suspect an emotional one, though, because yesterday her was the 1-year anniversary of her dad passing, which is sad, and she doesn't have a good relationship with her mother. At least that's what she thinks. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think a lot of that is more what she thinks. Strange. Really close to her dad. Strange thing with her mom. Don't understand it. What's the lesson of the video? Medical bills suck. Insurance billing sucks. Don't give your social. Make sure whatever you do, you don't give your social. I swear to God, messaged me on that, and I can tell you it's not illegal not to give your social. They'll tell you have to, but they're full of shit. Don't let it stress you out, and you'll be a lot less stressed if you don't give your social. I guess that's a moral of the story too, right? Have a good one, guys.